As the priest disappeared down the narrow path, the air changed. No one spoke. One by one, the villagers scattered. Doors slammed. Wooden windows banged shut. Shop curtains were dragged down with trembling hands. Within seconds, the once busy square became a hollow shell of silence. Even the wind held its breath. Then she stepped out. The woman who had tossed the bowl. Her wrapper was half tied, her hair loose, her eyes wide with terror. She fell to her knees, where the fragments still lay scattered in the mud. Her voice broke as she cried. The calabash bowl she had tossed and shattered belonged to her mother. My mother's bowl, she cried, her voice cracking. It must never touch the ground. Never! Her fingers shook as she tried to gather the broken pieces, but they sliced into her skin, blood mixed with the wet earth. You don't understand, she screamed at the empty square. The consequence of breaking it. She stopped. The mud beneath her palms shifted. At first, it darkened. Then, it thickened. Then, it changed. The brown puddles around her feet began to turn deep red. Not slowly, not gently. The muddy water curdled and transformed into thick, dark blood. A metallic smell filled the air. She staggered back, slipping, her hands now drenched in crimson. From inside the houses came the first scream, then another, then dozens. The water! Someone shrieked from behind a locked door. Our pots! Clay pots crashed against floors as villagers threw them down in horror. Inside every home, inside every shop, the clean water they had fetched that morning had turned into blood. Warm, dark, and bubbling at the surface. Children wailed. Women pounded on their doors, but were too afraid to step outside. The silence that had swallowed the village was replaced with chaos. The woman in the square rocked back and forth, laughing and crying at once. I didn't know, she whispered, staring at her trembling hands. Her voice was no longer loud. It was broken. I was only meant to display it, not break it. She looked at the scattered pieces in the mud, her breath coming in sharp, uneven gasps. My mother said it must never fall. Not a warning to the village, a rule, a sacred rule. Inside the houses, the screaming would not stop. Clay pots shattered, prayers turned into panic, and the woman slowly began to understand. This was not punishment for disobedience. This was the release of something that had been contained, and she had just set it free. The blood continued to spread through the streets of Ewa Village, seeping into cracks, flowing between doorsteps, creeping toward every threshold, and beneath Ewa Village. Something answered. A deep rumble, not thunder, something waking up. Then, an elderly voice tore through the chaos. Ancient monster. Another elder echoed it. The seal has broken. Panic exploded in Ewa Village. Doors burst open. Villagers poured into the streets, some barefoot, some clutching their children, others still stained with the blood from the water pots. The palace, someone shouted. Run to the king. They ran. Through streets, now slick and red. Through air, thick with the metallic scent of blood. The earth groaned again, louder this time. Cracks split across the village square where the bowl had shattered. The ground bulged upward as if something massive pressed from beneath. The woman remained frozen. Her lips moved silently. Not prayer, not an apology. Shock, the villagers reached the king's palace gates, pounding against the heavy wood. Open! Open the gates! Their fists struck the ancient doors in frantic rhythm. Blood-stained hands smeared red across the carved symbols of protection. Behind them, the earth groaned. Not once, not twice, but continuously. A deep vibration rolled through Ewa Village, as though something massive was turning beneath the soil. Please, a woman cried. It has awakened. The gates creaked, slowly, painfully. The palace guards pulled them open, just enough for the villagers to flood inside. Children screamed, men stumbled, women clutched babies to their chests, and from the center of the village square, a cracking sound split the air like bones snapping. The king stepped forward into the courtyard, his royal beads trembling against his chest.